Okay, we're good. We're good. Let me just adjust myself. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. No, I don't know why I'm talking like that. So the title of the video is very clear what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be talking about race. We're going to be talking about being black in Argentina. I'm going to be specifically talking about Buenos Aires. I was always gonna make this video at some point, and then I was taking out my braids this morning and I was getting ready to wash my hair, and I was like, hey, this is a great time to talk about it, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you about it and I'm gonna deal with my hair at the same time, because black hair is a big deal. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna take off my I'm not like, oh boy, I'm not like a proper YouTuber. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, this is my hair in its natural state. Whenever I wash my hair, my routine is I wash it like 2 or 3 times, and then I condition it, and then as I'm rinsing out the conditioner, I like part it and plait it in sections under the running water, just because it saves me effort. And like now, see, it's clean, it's drying, it's soft, and it's already like detangled and ready to go. Let's talk about race. Let's talk about being black in Buenos Aires. So when I first came here, before I came here actually, I knew that this city is not particularly diverse. People told me that Buenos Aires is kind of very European, not just like racially, but like architecturally, culturally. It's one of the most European areas of, obviously it's not European, but European-ish areas of Latin America. So I was already expecting that, and I was also expecting that it wasn't going to be particularly diverse, which is not a problem. I used to live in Durham, so I'm used to not seeing any brown people, so it's fine. And yeah, when I got here, that was the experience that I had. Like, I'm not the only black person, but it definitely feels like that most of the time. So whenever I do see a black person, I'm like, and also whenever I see a black person, my immediate thought is, oh, where are you? Like, you're not from here. Where are you from? Because that's just not my experience of people who are from here, which I get the same treatment of like, ah, where are you from? So my parents came, obviously in my last video, my family came to visit, and my mum brought me a butt ton of products for my hair, because there's nothing here. Like, I don't know how black people survive in this country and not be bald, because like, I just don't know. That's too much. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, also people don't even give me the courtesy of like asking me where I'm from. They just assume, ah, you're from Brazil. I guess because there are a lot of black people in Brazil, and there are a lot of Brazilians in Buenos Aires, so it's kind of like, oh, if you're black and you're here, you must be from Brazil. Another thing I had was I ordered food. When I went to the door to get my food, I opened it, and the guy straight away was like, ah, he looked so happy to see me, and he was like, ah, you're from the Dominican Republic. And I was like, I'm not. And I had to tell him, and he was like, oh, sorry. He looked so disappointed. But like, yeah, I don't look like I'm from here, because people who are from here look not like me. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do. I might just, maybe I'll leave it out. Let's just leave it out and see how I am. So yeah, like I said, day to day, I don't see a lot of black people anywhere, and every time I do, it's like an event. For me at least, I get excited. One thing I have noticed though is that, so if you're black, you know that when you see another black person, specifically in an area that's not very black, like there's just a kind of look that it's just a kind of like an I see you type thing, like, ah, hello brother. It's just, yeah, just kind of, but maybe I'm not doing it right. But here I haven't really, a couple times yes, but there've been a few times where like there's a black person and I'm excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, one of us, and I'm just like blanked, and I'm like, oh, are we not friends here? Are we not brethren. So that's different. I feel like blackness here seems to be a different thing than what I don't even know what I'm doing, I'm just messing around, than what I'm used to. I think also just the topic of race in general is really interesting from this perspective, because in London is super diverse, and the way that we interact with race there is different than how it is here. I feel like here things are very, well, I feel like racism here is still bad, but it's not, maybe they're not as sensitive as we are in the UK. And things are very matter of fact, which is like if you have darker skin, not necessarily black, but you're just like if you're dark skin, the word is moreno. Wait, is it? I think so. And that just kind of means like brown. And it's not like calling someone, it doesn't have any negative connotation the way that it might do in the UK, and like pointing out someone's race isn't seen as a bad thing. This guy, so I got catcalled the other day, and he was on his bicycle and he was like moracha, which just means like black girl. But like obviously if you're in the UK and someone's on a bike and even if they're not on the bike and they say that, that's kind of weird. Whereas here it's not, like defining someone by their race is not as bad a thing, which is interesting. Catcalling is not good, but just, yeah. Look at my hair. Wow, look, I really don't know what my curl pattern is. I don't think I have a pattern. It's just like, if anyone wants to define what my hair type is, go ahead. Ta-da! Yeah, and like, yeah, race in general, I feel like the biggest, from my experience, the biggest maybe ethnic immigrant population is maybe Chinese people. And someone asked me once, so there's a lot of supermarkets that are owned by Chinese people, and that's kind of like, I guess, a stereotype, but also it's like common, so it's not just a stereotype. But someone asked me, we were talking about some supermarket, and so he was like, okay, so who runs the supermarkets in England? Like, as if who being like a racial who, like who does it? And I was taken aback first of all by the question, because that's not, no one would ask that question in the UK. And then I had to think, and I was like, oh, well, I guess if we're being stereotypical and we're thinking about like corner shops, then you would say like Asian people stereotypically, but it's just a weird thing that they're just so upfront about it and not, I should have done this better. Usually I just like plait it back and then wrap it up in a scarf and just leave it until I'm ready to do something. I don't usually do like a whole wash and go scenario. What was I talking about? It's so cute and like short because it's shrinkage. Aww, it's like a toit. Is this a new style? I got my horses in the back. Okay. Oh yeah, and so like it feels not racist, but it feels uncomfortable, whereas here it's not seen that way. I don't know if it's also not seen that way by Chinese people. Maybe it is, and I'm just hanging out with a bunch of racists. I don't think so. But yeah, it's just interesting how the racial relationship works here. It's just different. Like the same guy that asked me this also asked me, he said his sister went to London and there were a lot of Muslims, and he was like, is it true? Like, is it true? Are there a lot of Muslims in London? I'm like, is this kind of question that's kind of ignorant, but it's not meant to be. Like, I've seen like 2 mosques here, but I've not seen anyone in a hijab. I don't know if I said that right, I'm sorry. I've not seen anyone wearing one in the whole 5 months I've been here. So that was just interesting. He was really like, wow, and I'm like, bruh, first of all, weird question, but also, I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway, back to black. Oh, I look so cute. Wow. It's very clear that this is not a place that is built for black people. Hair wise alone, like getting hair products is difficult. I had to buy, let me show you. So when I got my braids done, I had to buy the hair to do it, and I got this. And it was so exciting to find it, but like it was a lot of Googling, and it was just one tiny section of this shop that sold like wigs and stuff. It's just not very easy to, maybe I'm just not good at it, but speaking to another friend that I have who's from Colombia and who lives here, she says she always just brings stuff back from Colombia. She doesn't even try here because there's just nothing. And like when I got my braids done in December, it was difficult to find, and it was fine. It was done by black people. I don't know where they were from, but they were speaking maybe like Creole, because it was like French, but it wasn't French. But they also didn't even have that many like I swear she didn't put any products in my hair, and I was like, oh, please don't rip my scalp out. I look so cute. Yes. Anyway, and just culture-wise, people are not, as in obviously they're aware that black people exist, and I haven't experienced, I'm lucky that I haven't experienced any like racism that's like aggressive. People are cool. Hair is a topic when you're black and your hair is changing. It's always a topic. Even in the UK, any white person is like, oh my gosh, your hair, oh my gosh, or like, can I touch your hair? Or they're just like shocked when you change the style. Like at work, bless them, every time I have a new hairstyle, one of my co-workers is like, oh my gosh, she's so amazed. And it's cute, it's like, it's fine, it's not an issue, but it's just very telling of the lack of blackness in the country that people experience. And like, that's not a blame thing, it's just interesting. This is a long video and I don't know if I've even said anything important, but basically if you're okay with not being around black people, then it's fine. Like, it's weird, and occasionally I think people are staring at me and I don't know, I'm like, oh, are you racist, are you sexist? Like I don't know what it is, but it's fine. People will think you're from Brazil, people will ask you about your hair, people will call you what's the word? Morocha or moracha? I think it's morocha. I don't know, but it's fine. It is what it is, but I do not know how I would live here because hair products, I can't get anything. Makeup, they do not sell foundation. I'm not even dark. Like, I'm very, on the scale of black people, I'm quite light. So I don't know how anyone even lighter than me, like a few shades lighter than me, can find any foundation or anything here. But like I said, it was the same in Durham, so yeah. So if you're black and you're coming, I just can't stop. Whew. If you're black and you're coming to Buenos Aires, all you need to know is bring a butt ton of hair products with you beforehand. Bring enough foundation to last your trip. If you're moving here indefinitely, good luck. Like, even though I say all this, like, there are black people who live here and are from here, as few as they are, and they survive somehow. So like, it's possible, it's just not easy. Like, if you're used to going to Boots and buying concealer, guess again. It's not gonna happen. If you want your Fenty, when Rihanna released the new what did she release? She released the new foundation shades, but then she also released the bronzers and everything. Like, there's no Fenty here. Plus, like, the post system is really weird, and like getting things shipped is just almost impossible, and it takes long and it's expensive. So like, I really don't understand how people do it, but I'm impressed by those who do. Anyway, this is a long video. I don't have that much to say. I feel like I missed something. This is a very surface level discussion. Like, there's a lot deeper you could go into the politics of blackness in this country, and like the history and the cleansing, the, you know, systematic murder and strategic, what do you call it when you give people diseases? Yeah, like, it's a bit dodgy, and you could go into that further, and there's like, I don't know, if you're interested, look it up, there's like stuff. That's so helpful. Look it up, there's stuff. But yeah, there's more you can go into that. I read something about back in the day, Argentina wanting to be more European, like comparing Argentina with the other countries around it, like Brazil. Colombia's not really around it, is it? When I went to Chile, I saw much more black people than I did here. Like, still not a lot, but I was very struck by, oh, this is definitely more than I'm used to. So Argentina is it's interesting and like, you know, a bit genocide-y, how different it is. But there are black people here. I have a coworker who always keeps me updated with like black girl stuff, which is nice. Yeah, people are here. It's cool. You're just gonna, like, it's just one of those things. If you're black, you know life is gonna be harder for you anyway. You just have to, we just have to suck it up. It sucks, but all we can do, like, is fight against oppression when we see it. But yeah, you just gotta live your life, innit? Don't not come because you're black and you're scared. Like, you can come. It's cool. It's a great city. I really like it. Just prepare yourself. Anyway, thank you for watching. I post every Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, I'm joking. I post when I feel like it and when I can be bothered to edit the video. So I'll see you in an unknown number of days / weeks / months, and okay. Bye.